Hey, what is up, bubs? I'm Hassan, and you're watching The Basic Concept, where I blab about personal growth, personal finance, and money. With the current world at a pause, I've had a lot of my viewers and my friends reach out to me and ask me a variation of this question. Should I stop funding my 401k because of what's going on in the world right now? Should I stop investing altogether? And when is a good time to start investing? Now, all of these are valid questions and definitely concerning questions, especially in the times that we're currently in. So in this video, I'm going to try to answer these general investing questions and give you a basic reasoning for my stance. Now, before we get started, a quick disclaimer that this channel or my videos are made for educational and entertainment purpose only. They are not financial advice. Alright, so let's get into this. I'm going to break this video down into 3 different segments. In the first section, I'm going to break down why you should not invest. In the second section, I'm going to break down why you should invest. And in the third section, I'm going to break down when you should invest. And hopefully by the end of this video, you should be able to make your own decision based on your own financial circumstances to see if it's a good time for you to invest or not. Alright, so let's get started. Why you should not invest. Probably the biggest reasons why you should not be investing is if you have a high interest debt. I'm mainly talking about credit card debt because usually those are 17% or higher. Now, if you did invest in the stock market, the general return that you more than likely going to get is about 8% annually. While investing in the stock market is a good idea because the 8% is actually really good. However, if you have high interest credit card debt, that's generally 17% or even higher in some cases. So in that scenario, your best investment would actually be to pay off your debt first. Now, this concept is hard for some people to comprehend, mainly because in this situation, you're not making 17%. You're actually saving yourself 17% off interest. But if you think about it, saving 17% is pretty much the same as making 17%. Since in both cases, you're coming up 17% positive. Alright, number 2 reason why you should not be investing. You should not be investing if you don't have an emergency fund. For financial freedom, an emergency fund is a must-have, especially in times like the ones we're currently in. Because you never know when someone eats raw bat and the world goes into panic mode and now we're out of toilet paper. So you gotta be prepared for financial emergencies, mainly so you can continue providing for yourself and your family and not have to wait for a government stimulus to be able to afford hand sanitizer. Alright, so the third reason why you should not be investing is if you don't understand what you're investing into. If you don't understand how the stock market works or really anything that you're about to invest money into, you should not invest in that money. Teach yourself how that stuff works before you put any money into it. You gotta understand where and how your money is gonna be used. Otherwise, you may do okay in terms of return on your investment, but if something doesn't go according to your plan, you will not know why something happened and you won't know what to do. For example, if you look at what's going on currently in the world and the panic selling of the stocks, that's pretty much what's happening. People bought some of the shares of these companies that they valued at $100 a share, and now that they're down to $65, instead of people buying more shares at a discounted price, they're getting rid of their original shares of $100 down to $65. All mainly because they didn't really research or value what they were originally buying. I did make a video on that topic. If you want to check it out, it's going to be up here. Number 4 why you should not invest is if you want to get rich quick. Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Warren Buffett. His investing advice is phenomenal. In one of the videos, an interviewer asked him, hey, Mr. Buffett, your strategy seems so simple. Why doesn't everybody do it? And his response was, well, nobody wants to get rich slow. And honestly, that is the reality. People will continuously work a 9-to-5 job for the next 40 years, 5 days a week, and not complain about it while they're building somebody else's dream. But when it comes to their own dreams, their own personal goals, their own business, they want that business to be success overnight. Alright, so let's go over reasons why you should invest. The number 1 reason you should invest is financial longevity. You won't always be young. You won't always have a job. You won't always be able to do physical labor or whatever it is that you do in your work. So to protect your future, you should be investing in long-term strategies, which is why investing in your 401k should not be stopped, especially if your employer is matching any contribution. And actually, most of the employers match up to 3%. So by you not funding your 401k in whatever time it is, you're basically giving up on 3% of your salary. Number 2 reason for you to invest is inflation. Now, inflation is very real and it really affects every single person, no matter how rich or poor you are. If you're not familiar with the concept of inflation, it basically affects your currency by 2 to 3% per year. In other words, the buying power of your money that you have right now is going to be reduced by about 2% by the time next year. Now, if you want to learn more about inflation, I did make a video about it. It should be linked up here. While you're in the mood of clicking buttons, click the thumbs up button down there. That does help my channel grow. And the third reason for investing is generational wealth, like that. Now, we all know that you cannot take your money to your grave. Well, unless you want to be mummified in all the toilet paper that you're hoarding. Otherwise, what you're building towards is generational wealth and building a legacy for yourself, your kids, and your future generations to come. Or if you don't have any kids or you don't plan to, you could just be investing in yourself and your future for your retirement so you can live comfortably and not have to worry about government assisting you or your kids assisting you. And generational wealth is really not just monetary anyways. It's also leaving behind the education that you've acquired over the course of your lifetime. And honestly, the education is going to be more valuable to your future generations than the money. Alright, so let's go over when you should start investing. Now, I'm a huge fan of dollar cost averaging. Now, with this method, you're basically investing on a schedule. Say the first of the month, the first of the quarter, the first of the year, whatever that works out for you. This allows you to completely ignore the market trends and just have time in the market. Now, dollar cost averaging is just slightly different than cost averaging down on your current positions. In dollar cost averaging, you basically stick to your schedule and invest the money whether the market is up or down. Basically, you don't try to time the market, and over time, your investment will be averaged out and your profits will actually be good. Whereas cost averaging down on your position is taking opportunities and buying bigger chunks of the current positions that you have. I made a video on this topic. If you want to check it out, it's going to be up here as well. So hopefully this clears up some of the questions that you guys have asked me recently. But to sum it up, unless I'm retiring tomorrow, I'm not going to stop funding my 401k, my Roth IRA, or even my Bridge account. Even if I was about to retire soon, I still wouldn't stop funding these accounts. I would just probably rebalance where my money's going. If you have other questions or comments about investing, leave them in the comments below. Or you can hit me up on Instagram or email. If you have not done so, consider subscribing, as I do bring out new videos about personal growth, personal finance, and money every Monday. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.